My sister has had a baby 3 months before me and had it so in March, whereas he was born in June. And Faye's baby was born in a wonderful home birth in the depths of lockdown. And she had a really, really fantastic experience. And the way she spoke about it, I thought, I want a piece of that. Like, that's what I want to do. So we were all set up for a home birth here, had a pool, and 38 weeks came, and I was like, oh, my baby's going to be here soon. And it was about 40 weeks. I went for an extra scan, and she was massive. And they basically just said, there's no chance that you're going to have this home birth. We want to, the baby's going to get stuck. It's quite negative from the medical professionals. Your baby's going to have, what did they say? Cerebral palsy. It's going to get stuck. Your baby's going to be a very poorly baby. There's a possibility you're both going to die. It was like really scary tactics. And I basically turned around and said, well, you're not inducing me tomorrow. That's not happening. I accept that I won't have my home birth, but I just want to just do this on my own. Anyway, we went for more monitoring the following week. She'd still not made an appearance. And so on the Friday, she was due on the Saturday. I went in for an induction. About 11 o'clock, I started getting contractions, and then she was born the next day on the Saturday. So even though it was an induction, it was everything that I didn't want. I was in such a foul mood about it all because I'd bigged up myself that it was all going to be amazing, and it just wasn't to be. It was something else that I saw. I was in like a Due in June group on Facebook, and they were posting different things, and one lady had lost her baby, and she was a little girl, and it was maybe 2 or 3 days after me, and she was the same size as Verity. And it was at that moment that I kind of went, right, okay, like, just have a think about what's happened. Don't feel so down about it. Don't feel like you've let anyone down, because you've not, because you're both here and you're both healthy. Don't get me wrong, like when we had this scan and was given all of this like scary information, I would say that's possibly the only actual really negative experience we did have in the hospital, because the actual like midwives that dealt with me in the birth, they were unbelievable. They were fantastic. And everybody that we dealt with during the induction like day was amazing. I expressed colostrum from 37 weeks because if there was a fad going, I was trying it, and I was, and if anything, I really tried to read up on everything, and actually really enjoyed doing that sounds weird, but enjoyed doing the colostrum expressing, because it meant that I was doing something there and then that was going to help my baby, and it was going to help her if she was, especially then they started talking about it being really big, and then obviously that comes with the blood sugar problem. So I was really pleased that I'd done it. It was really great to see it all building up in the freezer. And then when she came, I was able to we literally gave her maybe one syringe of it the first night, when we had that horrific night of no one's asleep, everyone's awake, nobody's happy. We were just like, what is this angry gammon we have, and what are we going to do with it? And we worked with that together, and she just wasn't latching very well. And then my midwife came the next day, and she went, well, you don't want to be doing it like this, you want to be doing it like this, and pretty much just put her in the rugby ball hold. And since her being put in the rugby ball hold, I've not really, apart from a bit of pain that we have to have investigated, I've not really had any issues, other than getting it into my mind how much they feed. Like, it was unreal. Like, at first it was just relentless, and Faye, my sister, is also breastfeeding. She had given me some kind of idea that this cluster feeding idea happened, but not like Verity. Verity literally would not leave the boob at all. And it did make it really difficult to do anything. Well, initially it was 6 months. But it just works. It's just so, and this is going to go against everything that we said. It's just so convenient. As long as you can accept that your leech is stuck to you all the time, all day, every day, and that's how it has to be. It's just really convenient. So I think I'm just gonna see. I'm not gonna say, oh, she must be 2 or she must be 3. I think it will just it'll be that she'll naturally wean herself, I suppose. And as long as we don't encounter any problems, I don't see why I would stop it. So I've met some people where you say, oh, I'm doing such and such a thing, and they have a very strong opinion of it. Whereas like with my sister, we can say everything. We can say, well, I'm going to try this. Well, I'm going to try this. Oh, you're doing it like that. Well, I'm going to do it like that. But then I'm going to do this. So you constantly adapt and support each other like that. And again, the same with the yoga group. There's nothing that's off topic. And because I was surrounded by my mum who'd done it, and then Faye, and then the other forms of support that I've gone and sought out, that's why it has been successful, because it's having the knowledge of other people to go, no, just keep at it, just keep doing it, you're doing it right. I've really taken to making sure that my outfits for just being in public generally facilitate feeding that doesn't end up with quite a lot of you out. And I've even made myself, I have a folder on my phone called Boobing, and it's selfies and pictures my partner has taken of me feeding in different and ridiculous places. I walk into Chester city centre quite a lot, and I feed in the cathedral grounds. Because it's outside, and because it is out of the way. I would feed anywhere, but my choice is usually out of the way, just so that there is no resistance or anything. And I fed there over the summer and changed a nappy on park benches and things like that. And at one point they actually closed the gardens, and the man who was closing up, he came to me, and he just went, you take, because he was getting rid of everybody else, and he kind of turned up to kind of go, come on, love, on your way. Saw that I was feeding, and he just went, you take as long as you like. I was like, thank you, that's very nice.